Yes, everybody, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're previewing Chelsea versus Liverpool, as in 2 days' time the Reds will travel down to West London for Chelsea away. In today's preview, we'll be giving you all the team news around the game. So injuries with Alisson, Hugo Ekitike, and my overall team prediction and my score prediction and overall feelings on Chelsea away. So let's not waste no time. Let's get in yourselves into the preview. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. So let's dive into it then. Let's dive into the head-to-head first. So Chelsea and Liverpool, typically normally a draw game. So yeah, let's get into this then. So all our time of playing Chelsea, we have 14 wins to their 11, 16 draws. 16 draws, yeah. The last time we played them, we lost 3-1 at the Bridge, beat them 2-1 at Anfield last season. We beat them 1-0 in the EFL Cup. Obviously, that was at Wembley. 4-1 at Anfield after when Conor Bradley announced himself in that game. But in this competition against Chelsea, it's normally a draw. If you start from, let's say, 2023 in August, you've actually not seen a team won in 90 minutes for 3 years. 1-1, 2-2, we beat them on penalties, in both cups. 0-0, 0-0, 1-1. This game is typically a draw. It's only in recent years, in the past 4 meetings, where there's actually been a winner, 2 for Liverpool and 2 2 for Chelsea. Sorry, 3 for Liverpool and 2 for Chelsea. How my thoughts and feelings are based off these records. I mean, look, when it's at the Bridge, I've always said, look, I'll take a point because our record there is typically quite decent in terms of not losing. It's typically quite decent, but we need to win this time around. I mean, if you go into the form of both teams, as for Liverpool and my team, we've won 5 games from 6 in the Premier League. As for Chelsea, they're sitting in 8th, winning 2 from 6, 2 draws and 2 losses. So let's go through all their team form throughout the season. So you start from Crystal Palace. The one thing I remember from this game, Eze got incredibly robbed, scored a free kick, it should have counted, they should have lost. Obviously, at the time when he was a Crystal Palace player. They then beat West Ham 5-1 convincingly. I mean, West Ham are garbage, though, aren't they? Fulham 2-0. I remember, I think it was Josh King who scored. Talented youngster was causing them problems. Went 1-0 up. I think the goal got chalked off for a foul or offside. I can't remember. They didn't win in the game 2-0. Fair play. Then it was Brentford where they capitulated late. Fabio Carvalho scored. They lost in the Champions League. They lost to Manchester United all within the same week. Then they struggled to beat Lincoln City, who went 1-0 up, by the way, in this game. They then lost to Brighton 3-0 and only beat Benfica by 1-0 in the Champions League. So their overall form, performances, and etc., they've just not really been great. Kind of similar to Liverpool, but on the other flip side of things, we've been managing to pick up some results as opposed to them, not so much. And obviously, they do have a busier fixture schedule after this. I mean, look, if they can get past us, they've got favourable games all up until November. You'd expect them to probably beat Forest. They're terrible. Ajax have not been great. Sunderland could be tricky. Wolves and Tottenham, you'd expect them to pick up some points. And obviously, here's some more stats on the game. Goals conceded per game. We're both conceding about the same amount of goals. We're scoring on average 2. They're scoring on average 1. And obviously, we are currently first. They're currently 8th. I mean, look, it's going to be a difficult game. If we're being truly honest, it's going to be a difficult game. We've not been great. We have just not been great this season. If we go to our form since the start of the season, we've managed to beat Bournemouth by 4-2. Cool. We then beat Newcastle, beat Arsenal, beat Burnley, beat Athletic, beat Everton. And you're thinking, okay, yes, we're not picking up good performances, but we're picking up wins and results. Then we go to the next page. We beat Southampton in the Carabao Cup, which we could have easily you could have gone to penalties that game. We made hard work of that against a championship side, which that was a very relatively strong team. We've lost our previous two last games. We lost to Crystal Palace in the Premier League 2-1. We then lost to Galatasaray 1-0. So if we need to be beating Chelsea because our fixtures up until November aren't fixtures you want. You got Manchester United, you got Frankfurt, you got Brentford away, Crystal Palace again in the Cup, Aston Villa, and then obviously Real Madrid. And you look at, for example, Arsenal's fixtures, who they've got West Ham this week, and they've managed to get past their little rough, where they had the likes of Newcastle, Man City in their running. You'd expect them to probably win all their games up until the 4th of November. You'd expect them to beat West Ham. They're not good. They're 19th in the league for a reason. Fulham, away, could be tricky potentially. Atletico Madrid look in the Champions League. As it stands right now, I don't care how they do in the Champions League. I care when they get to the knockouts. I want them to get knocked out. I know Arsenal are going to qualify. You've got Crystal Palace at home, which could be difficult. Crystal Palace have been very good this season. And Brighton, you never know. Burnley, you'd expect them to win, and obviously Slavia Prague. Then after that, they've got the likes of Sunderland, Tottenham, Chelsea. So they've got some tough games probably going into the Christmas period, which, in all honesty, this is why we need to beat Chelsea. We want to get nice, just keep that 2-point gap as long as possible. Because last season, when Arsenal was dropping points, we were winning. When we were dropping points, Arsenal wasn't really winning. I think last season, we only dropped points once, and Arsenal actually ended up winning. So we need to keep up that momentum. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, let's get into the team news for you. So this is what Lewis has come out and said about Ekitike. Liverpool remain optimistic that Ekitike has escaped any serious injury after he was substituted during the match against Galatasaray. It's also been confirmed that a lot of people are suggesting it was just severely cramped. So if that was the case, he should be on the bench for Sunday's match. But the big news is that Alisson is set to be ruled out until the international break, according to Sky Sports. Now, we don't know if this is this international break or the next one. We don't really know what kind of injury it is, whether it's a foot, leg. It looked like his lower back, if I'm being also truly honest. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But that is kind of mostly the team news for you. There's no other injuries barring Giovanni Leone, who has had a successful surgery, but unfortunately he is going to be out for the rest of the season. So let's get into my lineup prediction for you then. I think in goal it's obviously going to be Mamadashvili. I think that's very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out all the gaps where I think you're going to play, and then we're going to come to the difficult ones, because I do think there's some difficult ones in it, i.e. the right back. I think Kirkus starts at left back. I think, again, you're going to see Virgil van Dijk and Konate. I would love to drop a Konate or something, but we don't have the centre-backs right now. Gomez really isn't fully match fit, and obviously Leone's out for the season, and we don't have any other centre-back. If we had a Guehi, I think Konate would have been dropped ages ago. So yeah, I think we go with Mo Salah on the right. He didn't obviously start the game against Galatasaray. I'm expecting him to fully start. In the 10, I'm expecting Florian Wirtz, but obviously, he's had a couple of starts, has played on the bench one or twice, rested a bit as well against, Southampton in the Carabao Cup. In recent weeks, I'm expecting Florian Wirtz to play. I mean, look, we just need to find a way to get him into form, really. I think on the left, you see Cody Gakpo. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he came off against Galatasaray as well, so he's going to be starting up front. It's going to have to be Alexander Isak up front. Keep building up that match fitness, and hopefully after the international break, he should be fully up to speed. Because don't forget, he's going to get more training sessions with the international duties, and you would expect him to get minutes for Sweden. So, yeah, in the midfield, I do think you're going to see a Ryan Gravenberg, of course, best midfielder for us right now by an absolute country mile. These two positions where it's interesting, do you go with McAllister, do you go with Curtis Jones, do you go with Sabazz midfield? But I think Alexis will play. He did come on for a bit, so I'm expecting him to probably start this game as we're trying to build up that fitness for him. At right back, it's going to be Dominic Szoboszlai, I think. I think you need a Szoboszlai. Yes, he wasn't great against Galatasaray, but let's not forget he's been absolutely magnificent for us this season. I think you look at our players of the season so far, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, they're the top two contenders. And I think you probably put Virgil van Dijk and Alisson in the top 3 and 4 players for us this season. The rest of them just really haven't been great, to be honest with you. But yeah, what is my score prediction? I'm going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool win. I mean, look, our record there isn't great, but Liverpool have to win. They've turned up in the big game so far this season, i.e. Arsenal. They've turned up against Atletico Madrid at home. They've turned up in the Merseyside derby. They've turned up at Newcastle. They've turned up in big moments when needing to be. And, we have to ultimately turn up again. Chelsea aren't in great form. We need to be capitalised on this, despite being not in great form ourselves. So I am going to go with a 2-1 Liverpool win. And I do think we do get the win based off that team news. But I'm really excited and intrigued for this game. We will have a match reaction up after the game for you. If you did enjoy the preview, make sure you smash on that like button, make sure you're subscribing. I mean, look, we've got to get the win. It's as simple as that. Up the Reds. For us to score, I'm going to go with Alexander Isak and I'm going to go with Mo Salah. And for them, I'll go with someone like a Reece James or something to score for Chelsea. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Big up yourselves, hit the likes, and up the Reds.